Hey there, everyone. In this video, I'm just going to quickly go through a quick comparison between what Clay offers for social signals and the pricing points behind that natively compared to what we offer with getsignals. And I get this question a lot. I actually just got it this morning engaging with a prospect on LinkedIn, and I realized instead of copying and pasting the answer consistently, I should just have a video ready to go for this. So if you're not familiar with Clay, it's a fantastic go-to-market platform. Data is their business, and they do it better than anyone else in terms of stacking together multiple sources, enrichment, bringing in your own data providers and aggregating everything together into a well-ly orchestrated go-to-market motion. So with getsignals, you can leverage our platform to push data into Clay tables. So I do want to mention that, but this video isn't going to really cover that. Today, this is really about a comparison of the differences between what they offer for social signals and then also the pricing point when compared to getsignals. So I already created a table and I'm just going to take you through a few of the sources and do, again, this quick comparison. So right off the bat, if we wanted to, let's say, find posts from our audience on LinkedIn, for example. So the first option is this find posts on audience of LinkedIn, and first big difference here. With getsignals, you don't have to connect your own social profile, and you're not limited to just monitoring your own brand and your own property. So that's the first big distinction. So that's what this option would do, is you'd have to connect your own account. So that's that. I'm going to move down to the next one. That's just, it's a little bit more of a comparison for what we offer. It's a little bit more in terms of like the overall parity. And here it is. And it's kind of hidden here. It's called professional posts. So if we select that, you have two options. The first is to find professional posts. And this, I'll show you in a second, is going to be focused on, you can look for by keyword, if certain companies or profiles are mentioned and that sort of thing. Again, all components we have within getsignals. And then part two of that would be to go in and then take those posts that are discovered and then to find engagement. So right off the bat, every post that gets discovered by their system is going to cost you a half credit for Clay. And ours is 0.2. So theirs is about almost 3 times as much as getsignals in terms of posts that are returned for keyword searches. Now, if you are monitoring, different properties like pages or profiles using getsignals, you pay 1 credit per profile or page, no matter how many posts we discover. So big cost difference there. And let me just quickly show you what this looks like. So, filter wise, the UI is, what you'd expect in Clay. First option, filtering by company. Again, if there are, specific companies mentioned, you can monitor a specific company's, posts or new posts that they put out. And then once you make a selection here, you'll define, what those actually are by using their profile or page URLs. Same concept with the people filter as well. So if we wanted to just follow this and do a go-to-market search, GTM, we can sort by most recent. We'll do the last week, and we'll just do up to 10 posts. Submit. All right, so the next big comparison here with this is you can see the data is pretty lax here. So you get a post URL, and that can be helpful, and you get the reaction count. But what we're missing is we don't have the post text. We don't have any details of the author of the post. So all those things you would get with getsignals, in which, by the way, you could also push all of that into a Clay table as well. So this is, kind of like the first step is finding the actual posts. So we got our 10 posts here. This costs us 5 Clay credits, and that's pretty steep for Clay. So let's go. Let me just show you what this looks. So now if we wanted to then, grab the, 9 reactions here or whatever the case may be for some of the posts that we found. Let me show you an example of what that looks like. All right, so this is a run that I already did, and I just requested all the reactions for a particular post, and then this is what it comes back with. Again, pretty basic. Similar to what you would get with get signals, except the big difference here is we ended up with 6 reactions, and just getting these 6 reactions cost us 3 credits. So already we have theoretically 6 people that we can engage with from a post, and the post search cost us a half credit in getting that single post, and now we have 3 credits spent just to get 6 people. So as you can see, it gets pretty pricey pretty quickly. So if let me just show you kind of like a difference here with get signals. So on the flip side of it, so here we have this, this is a signal that's already been created, and these are posts that were returned. In this particular case, let's see how we have this configured. In this case, we are searching for SAS, and one other key element here that's a bit of a differentiator in terms of search capacity, particularly for get signals versus Clay when you're looking for a keyword, is we do offer more robust keyword filtering. So we could have said SAS and then also said, well, it also has to mention go to market or churn, and then we can start kind of building a more robust search. Now, you could certainly do this inside of a Clay table as a secondary step, but the problem is you don't get the post copy with Clay, so you'd have no idea what the actual underlying post was or who even posted it. And that's another differentiator with us, because a lot of times when I'm searching for posts, if it's trying to identify a pain point or a problem that gets mentioned, I might be less focused on getting the social engagement from that post and more focused on wanting to actually reach out to and engage the author of the post. So with get signals, you can automatically also export the author and then use that contact for the engagement piece. So again, this would be all completely automated, but if we had exporting, reactions or comments automated or automatically enabled for the signal, this would have already happened. But in my quick example here, wherever he went, there we go. So Elliot here. So again, now we get to see what the post was, who the author was, the title of the author, and then the full engagement for the particular post. And if we were to open up, and this is already open, so if we're looking at the reactions again, also fully available in the display with all these different metrics and data attached to it, and all this can be sent to Clay as well. So we could send it to a webhook via Clay, or we can just export it to a CSV. But the pricing differential is the big one. So if we wanted to get 200 reactions or comments out of this post through Get Signals, it's only going to cost you 4 credits, because 1 credit equals 50 rows of either reactions or comments. So the price differential is much greater. So you can get a lot more data for a lot less. And if you're still going to end up doing your enrichment and aggregation and qualification through a Clay table, then you can just push all this automatically into Clay. Once you have your signal configured, you don't even have to come into the UI and do any of these things. You can just do it automatically. But then if you don't have the expertise or the experience with Clay, you still can utilize the enrichment and pushing qualified leads that you find through your signals to your outbound platform, or to, in our case, an AI agent to qualify them. And one of the things I really like to do as well that would be a bit of a gap with Clay is a lot of times I like to process posts through an AI agent just to say, well, is the copy here, aligned with a particular audience that I'm trying to reach? And if it is, then I'll push it to the next step, which would be to, gather the reactions and gather the comments and then enrich them and push them out to, one of our sequencers. But if the post fails because the copy isn't aligned or qualified for what it is that we're looking for, then we wouldn't have to waste all those credits on the downstream aspects of gathering the engagement. So being able to see the post copy is very important. But again, if you don't have Clay expertise, you can use our AI agents to accomplish many of the same enrichment functions and qualification functions that Clay actually offers as well. So hopefully this didn't get too far into the weeds. It was just going to be, mainly focused on the differentiators in terms of the pricing points. Obviously never make a choice completely based on pricing, but when parity exists and you're looking for, better data points from your social signals, you can have the best of both worlds of still using clay, but then having, a more cost-effective sourcing, so you can reserve your clay credits, for more important jobs. So hope this helps. Reach out to us at any time if you have any questions.